Thank you, Cosmopolitan Pastor, for allowing me this time at the pulpit to speak on stewardship today. And so at this time, if you would, please pray with me. Dear Lord, let the words from my mouth and the meditation from my heart be acceptable to you, my strength and my Redeemer. Amen.
Amen.
It has come to that time of the year where we ask, what does stewardship mean to you? Growing up, stewardship always brought to my mind my pledge cards that specifically were dropped into a gold box. I would watch my parents do this every year at that time. Deuteronomy chapter 18. But remember the Lord your God, for it is He who gives you the ability to produce wealth, and so confirms His covenant, which He swore to your ancestors as it is today. Tithing is a part of church, for as we know, it is what pays the salaries, the bills that keep the lights on, keeps us comfortable in those summer months, and keeps us warm in the winter. But as I've grown in my faith, I have come to learn and understand that stewardship is so much more than budgets and campaign funds. Stewardship encompasses so much more than giving of our tithes. It's the three other components, the other cornerstones: our presence, our serving, and growing that are just as important. For what would our church be without the parishioners, without Sunday school and fellowship, without leaders and a pastor to guide and help us grow? It would simply just be a mere structure. As beautiful as this place is, and everyone in it, but without much warmth and no substance. I tried not to make this message too personal, but then I was reminded that stewardship is definitely personal.
Amen.
Personal in deciding what we pledge monetarily, and personal in using our gifts and talents to serve. In the past few weeks, we've seen some changes in whom we've seen up in here, the pulpit and up front, serving and leading our services due to health issues and illness. In response, I've seen so many of us step up and serve in church's time of need. Our individual talents, our gifts from God. They are bestowed upon us to do His good works. And that is exactly what I have seen so many of us do whenever one of our flock has been down. We have come together to fill in the gaps, to ensure that things go on. It has been a change, and change is sometimes very difficult, and sometimes it is needed. But in this change has sprung new leaders. It has also opened my eyes to see all that goes on behind the scenes to make this Sunday service happen. It has opened my eyes to the struggles so many of us face. But I've also seen and learned that where there's tribulation, there is also opportunity. And the struggles that we have faced us these past few weeks, I've seen how several of us have taken that opportunity to step up and help. We have communicated with each other, worked together to pool our talents together in order to get things done. We have stepped up and stepped out of our comfort zones to get us through. Me standing here today is definitely way out of my comfort zone. I've always said I'd much rather come up here and sing than stand before you speaking. And that is why last night suddenly I got stuck. What else could I say about stewardship? What would be inspiring? It was getting late. I was getting sleepy and admittedly not feeling very inspired nor inspirational. Then I came across these words. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for men. Since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Lord Christ you are serving. I had lost my way in trying to be inspiring when all I needed to do was simply be. Be here before you. Most importantly, before God, sharing his word and reminding us all that stewardship is being here for each other in times of need, to take care of the flock that has been entrusted to us as his stewards, to share the joy of giving, to give, to serve, to learn, and to grow. Stewardship is definitely a way of life, and it will change as you grow and as you evolve in your walk with Christ. The important thing to do is to take that first step in finding what it is that you want to do for church and for him, the man upstairs. So as we enter into the season of giving, let me share this one last message with you. Let your giving become both out of a need and a love. Dig deep to give, much like you would dig deep into your change jar to get that cup of Starbucks or bubble tea that you love so much. And dig deep, like my teenager did this past week, because he needed gas. Just remember, just dig deep. But also, let us all remember all four parts of stewardship are equally important. Each one leads and strengthens the other. Much like what I've witnessed here at Cosmopolitan the past few months, it's not been easy, nor has any of us been perfect, but that's not what is expected of us. All he is asking of us as good stewards is to give our talents, give to the church's needs, serve him and each other to the best we can, and grow in your faith by attending and being here. For the ultimate goal is to hear these words when we finally meet our Maker. Well done, my good and faithful servant. Thank you for this time.
Amen. Amen.